When I think of games that felt like it would be perfect for an analog horror series, no other game felt like it would work better than Left 4 Dead, due to its infected and how an outbreak like this could set the stage for some horrific events. And in today's video, I'll be discussing one series that is probably the best and only series like this, CEDA, which stands for Civil Emergency and Defense Agency. It is the organization in Left 4 Dead that is the equivalent of the CDC, and it is the focus of this series. I will link the CEDA channel in the description below. I want you guys to go ahead and watch that series first, or after this video, go ahead and check out their series. Thank you. Let's go ahead and start with episode 1, titled The Vannah. The description states, the Vannah Hotel was one of the more popular hotels in Savannah. It was nearly impossible not to see one out of them running on any late-night television program. Once green flu began to spread in Savannah after its devastating effects on the tri-state area, we transformed the Vannah into a CEDA center and evacuation zone.
We are dedicated to keep everybody's loved ones safe and sound, all across the world.
The video shows us CEDA before showing off the local news in Georgia before advertising us the Vannah, which is a location in Left 4 Dead 2. The tape begins to glitch out as it then shows the text early September. Then, this plays.
Due to the spread of green flu to Savannah, Georgia, with cooperation with the beautiful team of the Vannah Luxury Hotel, we have established a CEDA center with an evacuation zone for the public. We can guarantee supplies, safety, shelter, and evacuations for anybody that wishes. We will be handing VHS tapes with our CEDA care packages, which in themselves will come with hefty amount of supplies, which will teach you about how to construct your own safe room, about the individuals infected with green flu, immunity to the pathogen, and many more helpful tapes for the people who wish to stay in Savannah. When you arrive, if this evacuation center is too crowded for your liking, there is another evacuation center at Liberty Mall. To do circumstances rapidly escalating in these uncertain times, don't hold off on visiting the centers. If things escalate, we don't know how long these centers will take any more people. If you are infected, or if you think you are, we advise you to distance yourselves from others. Make your way to one of the centers, and announce your possible infection. We will take the proper amount of precautions to take you in, and attempt to treat you. These are really uncertain times, but with your help and cooperation, a bright light is surely at the end of this.
It shows off that CEDA has taken over the Vannah, but was quickly overrun, and that the green flu has spread too fast, which in Left 4 Dead is the virus that creates the infected. It then shows us photos of the Vannah CEDA Center after this, as well as Liberty Mall, where we see tons of corpses and destruction. The video cuts again to show us the current day, and that most of the infected have been cleared out of Savannah, But in the downtown area, they say that it's still very eerie with the lack of people, but they still get the feeling that someone or something is watching them. Part 2 of the series is called Liberty Mall. And the description says, the discovery of those things inside of Liberty Mall. Within this video, we are introduced to two characters named David and Xavier as they explore the inside of Liberty Mall. They seem to be part of CEDA, as one of them asked, what if we get caught off of our patrol? They explore the mall and even have guns. But later in the video, the tape says, victims continuing to go deeper into the mall, and they stumbled upon, and the text is blanked out. They show what they are looking at, but is blurred out as well. Before the tape says they both were attacked by the infected, and that David had almost nothing left behind of his body. They describe that this infected is nothing like they have seen before. Xavier somehow did survive the attack, but his abdominal region was completely destroyed, and he was left to bleed out on the floor. And then this plays. And at the end, the person on the tape says they will avoid going deeper into the mall. The third video in the series is called Trainee, and the description states, a training tape designed for new and upcoming CEDA agents. The video starts off as your normal training tape for the Viral and Health Task Force, and explain the green flu and how it causes violence in the person infected. Then, the tape cuts, and it shows the word, spread, where you can hear screaming in the background. They then explained that they would reveal the green flu to the public and would announce CEDA centers and show off a hospital, with the last image of the hospital slowly changing to the modern day, where you can see it's been destroyed and infected are laying all over the place. The text comes on the screen explaining that the infection was too fast and even say they were left for dead. Get it? Get it? Anyway, moving on. They then showed this public announcement.
States government with the assistance of CEDA Associates. All citizens will all be wearing a filtration mask to prevent the spread of green flu if it decides to mutate to be airborne. If you see a citizen with their mask off or with it compromised, lethal force is authorized. When citizens enter the evacuation zone and get their masks, they will be lined up and sent to each station in groups of 10. If a person for whatever reason leaves their assigned group, lethal force is authorized. If a person starts to make erratic movement, jolts, or starts to walk, run towards armed or working associates, lethal force is authorized. All citizens must hand in all belongings to have them sanitized and clean too. Prevent the potential spread of green flu. At the green flu screen checkpoint, if a person has one or more symptoms that can be related to green flu, or shows up positive for it, escort them to the designated infected area and execute them. Once they go through the rest of the checkpoints and are properly authorized, they shall be eligible for evacuation. The infected, they are not human no more. 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 They are not human no more.
And it ends with someone speaking through the tape and saying this. So in this, we can see that we have someone interjecting with the CEDA tapes and criticizing them for their failures, as well as their multiple failed attempts to contain the green flu, whether it was CEDA centers or nuclear bombs. Part 4 of the series is called Door. This video simply starts off with showing off multiple points of interest for safe rooms from the infected, and showing off at one point a failed safe room with one deceased in frame. In this last part, I'm just gonna play out, and just to warn you, there is a jump scare.
I got stuck in here. I need help. I'm trapped. The door. Please.
If we read the description, we are giving details on the Whisper, which happens to be a highly rare mutation of the infection, even having the ability to speak, and seems to be able to use this to lure unsuspecting victims to their death. Part 5 is titled Better Safe Than Sorry, and the description says, well, this. And then this is what happens in the video.
I can't believe he bit me. I never should have let him in. I can't believe he bit me. I can't believe he bit me. No, I get in here until I know you're immune. I'm sorry. No, stay there. Go away.
That was terrifying, and also seems to be a more horrific take on the Left 4 Dead SFM that won in the Best Action category for Community Saxy Awards in 2021, which you should also check out. Moving on to part 6, titled Authorized. With a description, information about the carriers that were firing at the west bank of Memorial Bridge. This would be our introduction to some of the best personnel in the extermination project in operation. In this tape, I feel the most important info is given. And they explain that carriers, which are people that have the green flu but don't experience any symptoms of the disease, aka practically immune, are out there. In the tape, they show that they picked up 4 people on the Memorial Bridge, and the people they picked up are the 4 main characters of Left 4 Dead 2, which means that this series is starting to show off what happened right after the end of Left 4 Dead 2. They then explain that they've been authorized to kill the 4 main characters of Left 4 Dead 2, but CEDA has stepped in to take the 4 characters to an undisclosed location. The next part is called Summary, which at first summarized the events of Liberty Mall, before detailing that within the mall there are infected colonies controlled by what seems like a single infected, like a hive mind. As well as when 20 people within a clearing unit enter the mall, only 3 survived. The next episode is called Green Flu, which just describes the green flu for a majority of the video, till we are shown text about a person who has been infected with the green flu and that they have a gun, which then leads to 2 alternate videos, one where they decide to game end themselves, or one where they don't. Neither are good endings. There's also another secret video describing another type of infected called claws.mp4. And this video shows off a special infected that looks like this. Along with this, we are told that the name of the infected hives are called starers, due to them just, well, staring. But we also learn that they have decided to firebomb the mall in its entirety. Part 9 is called Safe Room, which is a remake of a previous part that highlights how to build a safe room and what classifies as a safe room. But then we are shown what a starer looks like and what to look out for. The next tape is called burger underscore tank underscore 4 underscore lunch dot mp4. We were introduced to a new character named Dr. Sebastian Kingsman. And well, he goes to get a burger. That's pretty much it for this part. The next part is called Quarantine. In the next tape, we are taken back in time to when the infection first started and given more details about Sebastian Kingsman, and that he was one of the researchers who discovered this green flu. We are then shown a situation in which at a hospital, police were called due to them discovering a patient with what seemed to be rabies at first. But this did lead to the building being quarantined. Dr. Sebastian Kingsman and what seems to be a CEDA agent go into the hospital, and we are shown some body cam footage of the incident with this patient. With this, Sebastian discovers that this person was infected with the green flu and becomes afraid of what will happen with this green flu, such as what happens if it spreads. Staring is the next part, and the description says, she is staring, is staring, he is staring.
Help! Sorry. Help me!
Bill? Shit.
We are introduced to a new character named Joy, in which they did find a starer in the same building as them. Then this cuts to Nick, one of the characters from Left 4 Dead 2, in military-grade gear, staring at a TV screen. I'm not sure what all this means, especially with Nick's part, but it seems like these are going to be two important characters for this series. The final video in this series is called Decomposition, and I'm going to link that one in the description. Due to it being a 22-minute part, and should 100% be watched on your own. I really want you guys to check out the CEDA channel, and this whole series is going to be remade with higher quality videos and animation. And they've already shown off a teaser for it, and overall it seems like they are not really moving away from the analog horror form of storytelling, but adding more high quality animation, and it seems like just overall improving the series. So I want you guys to be able to go check it out, and I can't wait to see it. But I really think this series is really well done and should have more eyes on it. And I really just like how it expands on the Left 4 Dead series in general and gives us a peek of what it would be like if it took a more horrific approach than it usually does. So yeah, that's it for my coverage of this series, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one.